On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Snoop.
To investigate or pry into something in a stealthy or nosy manner. To snoop through someone else's possessions or property.
Examples:
Snoop around the house. Snoop for information. The nosy neighbor liked to snoop around and eavesdrop on other people's conversations.
Kennel.
A small shelter for a dog or dogs, a commercial enterprise that boards dogs or sells dogs.
Examples:
Kennel cough. Outdoor kennel. My dog loves staying in the indoor kennel when we go on vacation.
Contemplate.
To think about a possible future action or to think about something for a long time thoughtfully.
Examples:
Contemplate a marriage. Contemplated leaving school. I recently contemplated dropping out of school and getting a full-time job.
Jewish.
Of or related to people whose traditional religion is Judaism.
Examples:
Jewish history. Jewish culture. My friend is a Jewish woman who celebrates Hanukkah every year.
Rabbi.
A Jewish religious leader or a Jewish scholar or teacher.
Examples:
Son of a rabbi. The city's communal rabbi. The chief rabbi chanted a prayer.
Compassionate.
Feeling or showing sympathy and concern for the suffering or bad luck of others.
Examples:
A compassionate heart. Compassionate leave. My father has a serious and compassionate personality.
Aft.
The opposite of forward, located at or towards the rear or back of a ship, aircraft, or other vehicle.
Examples:
Aft cabin. Aft view. The aft section of the ship suffered significant damage after the collision with the reef.
Bereave.
To be deprived of a loved one, either by death or separation. To feel grief or loss due to death or separation.
Examples:
Bereave family. Bereave him of all happiness. The soldier's death bereaved his entire unit, who all had grown close to him during their time together.
Overwhelm.
To defeat someone or something by using a great deal of force, to have a strong emotional effect on somebody.
Examples:
He was overwhelmed with gratitude. Overwhelm opponents by numbers. Too much variety may overwhelm and confuse viewers.
Practicality.
The quality of being practical or useful in real-life circumstances. The ability to make responsible decisions based on practical considerations rather than abstract or theoretical ones.
Examples:
The practicality of the solution. Lack of practicality. The company chose a more expensive option to prioritize practicality over aesthetics.
Robe.
A loose-fitting garment, typically a long flowing outer garment, often worn as a ceremonial or formal attire.
Examples:
Silk robe, velvet robe. The wizard's robe was embroidered with golden stars and moons.
Famine.
A severe shortage of food, often caused by drought, war, or economic reasons.
Examples:
Famine relief, coal famine. The severe famine caused by the drought has left many people without food.
Anarchy.
A state of society without government or law.
Examples:
Anarchy in the classroom. Lapse into anarchy. The concept of anarchy has been used in literature, music, and other art forms to explore ideas about power, freedom, and rebellion.
Shatter.
To break suddenly into many pieces.
Examples:
Shatter the plate. Shatter a world record. Her husband's death shattered her life entirely.
Meld.
To combine or blend, especially in a way that produces a harmonious or unified whole. To merge or fuse.
Examples:
Meld business and pleasure. Meld physics with life science. The chef melded the flavors of the spice blend to create the perfect marinade.
Sanity.
The state of being mentally sound, healthy, and rational.
Examples:
Sanity check. Have a sanity hearing. Her job's long hours and high pressure started affecting her sanity.
Overdo.
To exaggerate or exceed limits of something. To do or use something to such an excessive or exaggerated extent that it causes harm or becomes unpleasant. To overexert.
Examples:
Overdo exercise. Overdo caffeine. If you overdo the laundry detergent, it can damage your clothes.
Entail.
To involve or require something as necessary, particularly as a consequence of a particular situation or action. To impose a burden or restriction on something.
Examples:
Entail legal consequences. Entail risks. The job offer entails a lot of responsibility and hard work.
Underlie.
To be the support, basis, hidden cause of something. To be located under or below.
Examples:
Underlie the theory of the Big Bang. Underlie the current economic deadlock. His bitter experiences underlie his moral principles.
Leaven.
A substance, such as yeast or baking powder, that causes dough or batter to rise and become light and spongy during baking.
Examples:
yeast leaven, leaven dough. The baker added some leaven to his bread dough to help it rise.
Revolve.
To rotate around a central point.
Examples:
revolve at high speed, revolve around a central axis. The Earth revolves around the Sun in an elliptical orbit.
Enslave.
To make someone a slave, to deprive someone of their freedom of choice or action.
Examples:
enslave poor peasants, enslave indigenous people. Her beauty enslaved me completely.
Synagogue.
Also shul, a Jewish house of worship, typically consisting of a hall for prayer and study and often containing a sanctuary, a social hall, and a collection of administrative offices.
Examples:
reconstructed synagogue, historical synagogue. We attended services at the local synagogue during the high holidays.
Doze.
To sleep lightly or for a short period of time.
Examples:
doze over a book, doze in the sun. He dozed off in his chair while watching TV.
Sermon.
A speech or lecture given by a religious leader, especially a minister or priest, as part of a worship service.
Examples:
lengthy sermon, a lay sermon. The preacher delivered a powerful sermon on the importance of forgiveness.
Sabbatical.
A period of leave granted to a person for rest, travel, or other pursuits, often in academia or other professions.
Examples:
sabbatical leave, sabbatical year. After 10 years of teaching, she took a sabbatical to travel the world.
Loaf.
A quantity of bread that is shaped and baked in one piece and usually sliced for serving. Verb, to be lazy or idle.
Examples:
crusty loaf, loaf around during the day. On my way home from work, I picked up a loaf of bread from the bakery.
Ark.
In the Bible, a boat built by Noah to save his family and animals from the flood, a large, flat-bottomed boat with a pointed bow and stern, used in ancient times to transport people and goods.
Examples:
start building an ark, Ark of Salvation. According to the story, Noah and his family were the only flood survivors, as they were on the ark.
Raisin.
A dried grape, typically made from certain varieties of grapes that are specifically grown for this purpose, a popular snack food or baking ingredient.
Examples:
raisin pie, raisin oatmeal cookies. The raisin bread had a deliciously sweet flavor.
Spoil.
To ruin the taste, appearance, or quality of something. To become or cause something to become rotten or bad.
Examples:
Spoil a person's sport. Spoil the surprise. If you leave the milk out of the refrigerator for too long, it will spoil.
Crestfallen.
Feeling or showing extreme disappointment or discouragement, often characterized by drooping or sagging of one's mood or spirits.
Examples:
Crestfallen expression. Crestfallen mood. After hearing the results, her crestfallen demeanor concerned her friends.
Misunderstand.
To interpret or understand something in the wrong way.
Examples:
Misunderstand each other. Misunderstand entirely about her. You should not misunderstand the meaning of freedom.